Hey, are you Robert Smith? Robert from Jefferson Middle School.
As I looked up at the client's office I was headed to for a business meeting, I was greeted by a familiar, smug expression. This woman always looked down on me, belittling me with her disdainful gaze. Now, she was hurling insults and absurd accusations at me.
I've got a great idea.
She exclaimed, her face lighting up with a triumphant smile. On a typical weekday, I was working hard as usual.
Robert, should I put these documents on this table?
Yeah, lay them out there. Thanks for bringing all those paper documents. They are heavy, aren't they?
No problem. It's nothing.
Robert, could you take a look at these blueprints too?
Sure, I'll be right there. This is a room in Bamboo Systems, the company I work for. We're a manufacturer dealing primarily in factory equipment. Designing from scratch to meet client needs is challenging, but I find it incredibly fulfilling. Right now, I'm in the midst of preparing for a major business deal. It's a pivotal moment, determining whether we can smoothly execute a large-scale project with Johnson Pharmaceuticals, a client we had a significant deal with 25 years ago. It leaves me little time for my hobby of driving, but I can't let my team down when they're all working so hard. My name is Robert Smith, a 28-year-old single office worker. For the past few months, I've been leading a team to ensure the success of a project with Johnson Pharmaceuticals. It's a genuinely rewarding job, and I enjoy every day of it. The only thing that bothers me is that my counterpart in the negotiations is Emily Johnson, the daughter of the president of Johnson Pharmaceuticals, my classmate from middle school. Emily Johnson, also 28. From what I've heard from friends, she joined Johnson Pharmaceuticals right after graduating from college. It seems she's been shuffled around various departments, probably because she's not very good at her job. I've visited Johnson Pharmaceuticals a few times, but haven't seen her face. I'd prefer to keep it that way. It all started with a test right after I entered middle school. I scored a decent grade in all subjects, but aced Spanish with 100%. Despite being told that rankings and scores wouldn't be announced, our teacher said, while returning the test papers, "Robert is the only one who got 100. He'll take the first place in the grade." Emily came from a different elementary school. Apparently, she had a college student with study abroad experience as a private tutor. She was so confident in her Spanish skills and couldn't stand the fact that she lost to someone like me. From that day, she began her relentless harassment. Hiding my shoes, textbooks, and sports clothes. While she never damaged or dirtied anything, and I usually found them near where I left them, these petty pranks were still annoying. No matter what was said, she never admitted to being behind it, though it was probably her cronies doing the actual deeds. Thanks to the conscience of those girls, the pranks never escalated. Emily herself just made snide remarks daily, which I learned to ignore. So, while they were a constant annoyance, they never caused major damage. The saving grace was having male friends who would get angry on my behalf. It didn't make much difference, but it was still nice. The worst harassment was finding my umbrella filled with water. That was a real hassle to deal with. In our third year, the topic of high school entrance became a buzz. Emily was set to attend a prestigious private high school, a fact I couldn't avoid hearing despite my lack of interest. Conversely, I kept my plans completely under wraps. For 3 years, I had the same homeroom teacher, whom my parents had sternly warned not to reveal any information about me due to family circumstances. So, the only people who knew about my plans after graduation were a few close friends I truly trusted. It was because the test results, which were supposed to be kept private, were exposed that the harassment started. I suppose the teacher felt somewhat guilty for not being able to stop it. He kept the promise about my future plans. That's why my post-graduation path remained a mystery to everyone. Emily Johnson would loudly claim, maybe he's too poor to afford high school and will start working right after middle school. I had no idea where she got the notion that I was poor. But I guess she just wanted to belittle me at any cost.
Robert, there's a call from the materials department for you.
Oh, okay, I'll answer it right away. Unpleasant memories are hard to forget, even if you want to. But I've got to switch gears and not let them drag me down. I shook my head slightly before pressing the button to answer the intercom. Amidst these busy days, the day of the important business meeting with Johnson Pharmaceuticals finally arrived. Filled with determination, we headed to their office. However, the grand hall-like room we were led to was empty. Just as I was wondering what was going on, a woman appeared.
Nice to meet you. I'm Emily Johnson. I'm in charge of today's negotiation. My father is the president of this company. Please, let's have a good meeting.
I almost let out a groan in surprise. It was Emily Johnson, making a fawning introduction the moment she walked in. She's the person in charge of the negotiation. Really, she's in a pink mini-skirt suit, and her makeup is heavy. But I guess I should greet her properly as a professional. Nice to meet you. I come from Bamboo Systems. My name is Robert Smith, the project team leader, I said, offering my business card. Emily didn't seem to have a card herself and just looked at mine intently. Thank you for your time today.
Robert Smith, are you that Robert from Jefferson Middle School?
She recognized me. Well, it was bound to happen. What a hassle. Yes, it's been a long time.
Eck, why are you here, and where's the real team leader? It can't be you. The leader is supposed to be some elite returnee from abroad.
I just want to go home. As Emily pressed me, I turned back to see my team looking troubled. The employee who had led us to this room was now standing like a sentry in front of a large door.
Answer me, you're just a stand-in, right? A high school graduate can't be a project leader. Your business card only says sales department. Liar, bring the real elite leader here. I'll marry that capable person and inherit the company, becoming the elegant wife of the president. Don't you get in the way.
No, you seem to be misunderstanding something, but I am indeed the leader. Besides, business cards don't usually list project leader or anything like that.
Shut up. I had this whole side room set up to make the deal and get close to you, and now it's all for nothing. A deal with you.
Emily suddenly stopped her rant and smirked.
I've got it. The negotiation is off.
What are you talking about?
If the other party is a lowlife like you, no deal. This means your company will go bankrupt. If you go bankrupt, I'll be rid of you. I'll scout the real project leader for our company and marry him, killing two birds with one stone. Perfect.
Everyone in the room must have had the same stunned expression. Her selfishness was just unbelievable.
Bankruptcy, bankruptcy. Congratulations on being an unemployed high school graduate.
If the negotiation is off, it's your company that will suffer, not ours.
What are you talking about? Bamboo Systems, right? It must be some small-time company if a high school graduate like you can work there.
Just as I was about to retort, a loud commotion of footsteps approached, and the door swung open with such force that the employee standing guard nearly fell over.
What's going on here? I got a call from reception. You can just lead people here on your own. Today's meeting is supposed to be in the large conference room on the 10th floor.
Dad, you came at just the right time. I don't want to have anything to do with this guy. He's so annoying. Let's just make his company go bankrupt. Oh, but hire that one person afterward.
What are you saying? Mr. Smith, I am so sorry.
Johnson, the president of Johnson Pharmaceuticals, apologized. I was so shocked I froze for a few seconds. No, please, Johnson, stand up. There's no need for that.
That's right, Dad. Why are we dealing with this guy?
Foolish girl. Do you know who's responsible for our company's long-standing hit products? It's all thanks to Bamboo Systems.
Huh? It can't be true. A company where someone like him works.
You don't know Bamboo Systems because you lack company spirit and hadn't been doing any meaningful work, just lazing around.
Johnson, finally standing up, began lecturing his daughter. Johnson Pharmaceuticals' long-time hit products were popular not only for their quality, but also for their packaging. Bamboo Systems designed and manufactured their packaging line. Without Bamboo Systems' patented technology, it would be difficult to produce such quality. Of course, our company has been handling their maintenance for years.
The construction of the new factory wouldn't be possible without Bamboo Systems' cooperation. When the owner of the plant construction site passed away, and the other party started a dispute over inheritance, we were prepared for a significant delay in construction, or even cancellation, but Bamboo Systems agreed to proceed with the project under a provisional contract. Today, we can finally sign the official contract and formally request their services. I am truly grateful to Bamboo Systems. Thank you very much.
As he said, he turned towards me and offered another apology. I silently accepted his apology. Today's visit wasn't just for a business negotiation. We had been moving forward with the project under a mutual trust, even though it was under a provisional contract. If there were delays in the land issue after the formal contract, it would incur extra costs and psychological burdens. Our company's president suggested a provisional contract out of goodwill due to our good relationship. Today, we were here to formally submit our prepared documents and sign the official contract.
What? I didn't know any of that.
You didn't bother to learn. If you had been working properly, you would have heard about the new factory no matter which department you were in.
But he's just a lowly high school graduate.
He's an exceptionally talented individual who returned from Spain, the son of the current president of Bamboo Systems.
When Johnson yelled this, she collapsed on the spot, looking utterly disbelieving. After hearing about my graduation from a university abroad and my work at the Spanish branch, she finally realized I wasn't the poor high school graduate she thought I was. Yes, I moved to Spain immediately after high school. I followed my father, who was assigned to our Spanish branch. It was decided from my elementary school days that I would go to Spain, so I had always worked hard on my Spanish studies. Both my parents spoke fluently, so I learned pronunciation from daily life, and thanks to repeatedly doing Spanish drills available in stores, I could smoothly adjust to life there. Though I was a bit taken aback since there were many American employees and their families living nearby in Spain. After graduating from college, I joined the Spanish branch of the company. When my father became the president of the headquarters, I returned with him and started working in the sales department. My grandfather was the president, my father the successor, and I was expected to follow, a fact I absolutely did not want known back then, especially to Emily Johnson, as she would surely have started bad-mouthing the company. By the way, Johnson had no idea about his daughter's misdeeds. I never intended to bring our childhood relationship into the workplace, as both my grandfather and father made it clear, and I didn't wish for that either. Some time later, after moving to the conference room, we received another profound apology. I hold no grudges against anyone who apologized, except I requested that Emily Johnson not be involved in any of our future projects. The project is now progressing smoothly.
Robert, I've transferred the data from the Spanish branch to you.
Thanks, I'll check it right away. Today, too, I'm busy with work. No matter how much time I have, it never seems enough. Lately, I've been enjoying getting up a bit early, grabbing the wheel of my car, and taking a longer route to the office.
Robert, there's a call from Johnson Pharmaceuticals. They insisted that you answer it. It's on line 3.
Understood. Following the unfamiliar secretary's words, I headed to the nearby phone. I pressed the button for line 3, lifted the receiver, and then silently put it back.
Is that okay? They said it was urgent.
Yes, it's fine. We've agreed that all communications from Johnson Pharmaceuticals should come through email or my work smartphone. I apologize for the inconvenience, but if you receive similar calls in the future, please decline and inform them of this. They know. We'll handle it on our end.
Okay, I understand.
I felt bad for the confused secretary, but it couldn't be helped. As I had just explained, communications with me were to be through email or smartphone, and there's only one person who wouldn't follow that rule. It's definitely Emily Johnson. 2 employees from Johnson Pharmaceuticals, who happened to be at the meeting, also looked awkward. They promised to report everything to Johnson, so I decided to leave the follow-up to them. Ever since that day, Emily Johnson has been calling my smartphone and the company's landline incessantly. I'm offering you a date as an apology, she kept saying in a ridiculous tone, over and over. I don't know what to do except firmly decline such nonsense. I quickly blocked her number on my smartphone, but it's tricky with the company phone. She might be trying to show remorse in her own way, but some things in life can't be fixed with just an apology. No matter how much you try to make amends, some things are irreparable. The idea that you can always start over applies only to your own actions. The pain inflicted on others, the time taken away, the hearts hurt, those can never be fully restored, no matter how hard you try. I can't forgive someone like Emily Johnson, but thinking about this makes me more determined not to become such a person myself. We may be manufacturing soulless factory machines, but we will continue to create them with heart to deliver something important that brings smiles to many people